Says I'm live. All right, now here's the awkward moment while we're waiting people to kind of get on here. So just gonna dance for a bit and wait for you guys. We got a thumbs up, which means somebody's on here. All right, guys, we're just gonna give you guys a few minutes to get settled in here, and we're gonna do a live stream today. A little random Thursday live stream. What's up, Phil? What's up, everyone? Just pulling up the live stream on my computer here so I can see what I'm doing. The thumbnail on this live stream looks good, doesn't it? Woo! The thumbnail on this live stream looks good, doesn't it? Let me turn my computer. We don't need to hear the aftermath of it. All right. One sec, guys. Just going to pull this up in a pop-up window so I can read. And we are golden. Hey, Laura Watts. Thanks for the super chat. All right, guys. So today I figured we'd just do like a random Thursday live stream. It's been a rainy, miserable day here in Vancouver. So I thought, hey, you know what? I had a video that's ready to go, and I'm going to share that with you guys tomorrow. That's the dirty, grimy side of van life here in Vancouver, so you'll get that one tomorrow morning. But for today, we're going to do this one L Live style. Hey, Disco, come get a... Come on. Come be a part of this party. Here's my dog. Want to be a part of the live stream? Nope, that ain't gonna happen. All right, let me turn the heater off here. Okay, so many comments. Let me see if I can catch up on some of these. All right, who we got on here? Just gonna read the names that I got. We got Shannon, Rob C, Bob Smith, Connie, Phil, what's up? David C, Kim, Lost Soul Travels, hey man. Marilyn, Ives, Hula Shack, what's up? Sal, woohoo, what's up, Sal? Tons of Vanarchy. I love that name of your channel, by the way. That is such a rad name. Anyway, guys, today I thought we were gonna do an actual Q&A, like ask me questions kind of video, not just me reading random comments. So if you guys got questions, bust them out. I'm not gonna probably get to them all because things kind of go by so fast, but I will grab the ones that I can read, and we will go through some things. If you got any questions at all, I don't care what the question is, personal, van related, DJ related, life related. I just don't give relationship advice because trust me, you don't want relationship advice from this guy. Hey Kim, no problem for the shout out. Jen, I can't pronounce your last name. Jen from California, what's up? Nomadic Newman, do I date? Funny you asked that question. For the first time in a very long time, I DJ'd on St. Patrick's Day, and it happened to be a highly meat market style night. I had 3 offers that night, and one of them was, she was really cute. So her and I went out for one IKEA trip the day after, a couple days after. Do I date? No. Was it weird to go out with her? Yes. I don't know. I'm not the guy that likes to go out and kind of date girls. I figure when it kind of clicks, it'll click. When it doesn't, it doesn't. So, yeah. That'd be the first girl I've been out with in, I don't know, 8 months. It's been a long time. Rob C, nice question. And the answer, Rob C just asked me how many times I've done the whole making the van rock. 0 times, 0. Rob C, you're funny. That was hilarious. Hey Hula Shack, thanks for the super chat. That's rad. Love from me and Disco from Florida. I have a lot of Florida love. Thank you. And also a super chat from Nishi Who. Hey guys, you've done a video on the best place overnight in Vancouver. Okay, so to answer that question, I don't know if you guys can see the super chat up on there about the best places to overnight in Vancouver. And I think I answered this question, and this question, kind of this answer applies to everything. Stay anywhere you want. I mean, I personally have choices of places I like to stay. I like to stay in front of apartment buildings, condos, townhouses, places that are super busy with traffic out front. The reason why I choose to stay there is, I don't know, it's comforting for me. And I like the fact that there's always different vehicles there, and that's where I feel at home. So best places to overnight, I can't tell you that, but definitely if you want to email me, I can give you some addresses of places that are cool to hang out at during the day, like the spot I'm at now. But there are some definitely cool spots in Vancouver where there's a lot of van life during daytime hours. So, you know, where there's no pay parking, no whatever. So there are some cool spots in town. Spanish Bank seems to be one big popular spot. That's where I'm parked right now because I have Wi-Fi from the concession stand here. And yeah, but Vancouver is pretty much van life anywhere, so you're pretty much good anywhere in the city. X-Cake, thanks for the super chat, man. Love from Finland. Well, love back to you from Vancouver. All right, let me skip through some more here. tons of anarchy. Friend cuddles are better. Yeah, I agree. Less drama, less, you know. Okay, hold on a second here. What's your tattoo? I've got three tattoos. I have tattoos on my feet. They're like a little tribal design on the top of my feet. Well, let me back up so you asked that question here. David Ridgway. And my arms, well, hold on. I'm gonna get naked on this live stream. And I got one tattoo. I consider this one because the entire arm is one tattoo. Yeah, well, actually, I shouldn't say this. I got this tattoo before I got the rest of it. This one up here is the lowrider plaque for a lowrider car club I used to be in. They're no longer the same. They've changed their names and stuff now. But yeah, that's Unity. That was the chrome plaque that was in the back window of my lowrider car. And it's hard to tell on here, but the rest of it is just tribal artwork with designs in front. Like there's a lowrider wire wheel in here, some skulls, some chains, some girls. And on the bottom is pretty much the same thing. Just more skulls, more girls. Yeah. So that's about it for my tattoos. I'd like to get more at some point, but I know myself too well. I'm a big tattoo guy, so I can't get small pieces. So for me, tattoos there would be like, I would start something I can't finish. Yeah, so I think the next one I want to get done is I want to get my hand done at some point. I've been saying this for years. Like this is like probably a dozen years ago, but I wouldn't mind putting something like stay weird, be weird, weirdos unite, or just weirdo, something cool on my hand. Yeah. All right. Ariana asked me if Disco's my first pet. No, I've actually had quite a few pets in my lifetime. But if you want to keep the topic on bulldogs, I had a bulldog with my ex-wife. Funny story, his name was Chrome. I didn't know what to call him, so I called him Little Chrome. So anyway, I had a bulldog with her, and then when her and I split in the divorce, she wanted the dog, so she got the dog, and the dog lived till he was like 9.5, which is right up to the max for a bulldog. So he was super good to her, and she loved him to pieces. But then after that, I got Disco, and shortly after I got Disco, the breeder messaged me and offered me a free bulldog on agreement that she could breed her in the future. So she was the cutest little thing ever. Just adorable. Her name is Maggie, and we had Maggie for 3.5 years, 3, whatever it was. And we ended up losing Maggie a couple of summers ago from actually breeding her. She something happened the day before she was supposed to like have the puppies, and we lost Maggie, and Disco was a freaking mess. I've never seen a dog with that kind of a connection to anything. Like he wouldn't go into the bedroom where she passed away at. I won't go into the story because it's sad, but She wouldn't go into the bedroom. Disco wouldn't go into the bedroom. I caught him lying on the counter with his head on the headboard looking at her pictures, so I had to remove the pictures from the house. Super sad. So yes, I've had other pets. Disco's still my favorite though. I don't know, Maggie was super cute too. All right, I bet you I'm missing tons of guys here. Is that Brendan? My glasses are horrible. Brendan Parker, when can I go to the US? I plan on giving Canada love first, so it'll be here first, so it probably won't be for quite a while before I head down to the USA. Even though we're like this close to the border in the US, like super, super close. Jeremy Stoltenberg, thanks for the $5 super chat. Treats for Disco. He's gonna be one huge dog if this keeps up. David Lutz, thanks for the $5 super chat as well. Just wanted to say that you got a lot of my respect. Keep on living it free. Awesome, David Lutz. Thanks for the love. We really, really, really appreciate it. Man, these names are rough. Sky Velez. Yes, I will come to the US. Don't you worry. Sometime soon. A lot of people have been putting in like the thoughts about doing like a Weirdos Unite meetup, and I think that's a super cool idea. And I think, you know, that's kind of like a big thing for me. So yeah, give me some time to plan on that one, and I'll have to see what I have for people here in Canada first, because I probably do one here first, and then yeah, we'll see. But I think doing one would be super, super, super rad. I've bumped into a lot of other van dwellers that actually met me from my channel. I actually had a gentleman message me today saying, hey, I'm outside your van. So I popped my head out and I met this super awesome couple with their cute dogs. So it'd be nice to kind of find out how many followers I have here and how many people from close to us here, from Seattle and stuff, are willing to make the trip up before I schedule something like that. Smile if I think I'm sexy. Sorry guys, that was from Sons of Anarchy. Alright guys, hold on. Are you guys getting your feed okay? It's glitching on my phone here. It's kind of stopping. Guys, want to let me know if your feed's coming through clean? I'm at a park, so the Wi-Fi may not be, you know, so hot. All right, so David, you're getting lost, dude. Awesome, guys. Good to know that the feed's good. David David asked me if I could talk about my daughter's mother and how she feels about van life. My daughter's mom, like the daughter you guys see, Danica, her mom knows about it. She just kind of thought it was a bit ballsy to kind of do it, and she doesn't care. No, not at all. She's never said anything about it. And my daughter has some of these, so she even wears these to school. So yeah, it's super rad to find out that my daughter wore this to school, and she just owns it. Love it. So awesome. But yeah, nobody in my life cares. My family, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, anybody that knows has no care. They just like, it was like just a normal, typical, weird thing for me to do. So they all kind of like, they thought it was pretty cool. Waldo votes for a meetup at South Beach. Man, I'd love to be in South Beach. Let me tell you that. We've, it's winter here. It's not like we have great, crazy winters. But you know, it does get a little chilly sometimes at night. And I was out for a walk with the dog today, and the snow in the mountains has come down quite a bit. They scheduled us for another snowfall, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Snowfalls here are like this much, and they last for like a day. We've had one so far. Jenny Ryan, Florida, thanks for the $20 super chat. Jenny, hopefully the puppies are doing super, super, super good. Chuck and Cherry, thank you guys. You know what I think is really cool, Jenny, that you guys call like Hula Shack your sister Weirdo. I love it that you guys are like calling each other that. It's been happening lately with other people. Like, they're calling each other like fellow weirdos or sister weirdo, brother weirdo. I think you guys are all weirdos for taking it to that level, but it wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for you. You guys started this stuff, no kidding. It was actually one of my viewers that made this comment at the beginning, said Weirdos Unite on it, and it just stuck. You guys are all whack jobs. Look at you guys, sister weirdos. Big Bad Mike Trailer Pub. Big Bad Mike, what's up, man? From the island. Awesome. I like the whole idea about a trailer pub. Bring that right here. I got the music, you got the trailer pub. We are in business. That's exactly what we need for this Weirdos Unite meetup. Little beer, little music, little weirdos, little sunshine. It'd be pretty sweet. Michelle Wallace got your stickers today. Awesome. And yeah, if anybody has gotten stickers from us and you guys have an Instagram account, make sure you tag me in the picture. I've had a handful of people do it. It's super cool. I'm actually saving all the pictures because, come on guys, it's just so cool to see my sticker on something. It's just rad. Super cool. And Jenny and Ryan, Florida, they were just on Element Van Life's video. Sorry, Jenny, hope you don't mind me saying this because it's out there anyway. But her little tiny mini home was just on Element Van Life's video, so go check out his last video he just did talking about one of our subscribers here, and it was super cool to see that my sticker was on her fridge. High five, Jenny and Ryan. You guys are awesome. Mike Scott, do I still plan on building on my van? Absolutely yes. I'm funny you mentioned that too. I've been like, I already know what I'm gonna do. If you guys seen any of my videos on choosing the walls, I think I'm gonna go with that black, gray, and white, like rustic looking wall panel pieces, because they're easy to pop up. We can probably get them up there in like a couple of hours. So I'm gonna do that for the walls. I'm gonna put just a vinyl flooring on the floor, something I can, you know, cut with an X-Acto knife and pop in myself, because I already have a rubber mat for a subfloor. I'm gonna do a marine vinyl on the roof, just gonna glue it all up there. I found a little quilted one I'm gonna do on the roof, but I'm gonna do the same thing on all the door pieces. And the whole idea about going like crazy and doing multicolored stuff was a good idea in my head, but I couldn't picture it. I couldn't picture the build. So for me, it was like, if I can't picture it, I'm not gonna build it. So I'm gonna do what I can visualize in my head, and that's what it's gonna be. And it is coming. I'm gonna also just buy cabinets. I'm not gonna build them. I know buying them is more expensive than building them, but building them requires tools and space and time and dust and dirt and gross. No thanks. Just gonna put built cabinets in. I don't know, seems to be easier for me. Yeah. Waldo, awesome, man. Thanks for the super chat, Waldo. And I love that is gonna go straight in the drone fund. I want a drone after seeing that guy's massive drone. I don't want that drone, but like the guy said, just get the DJI Mavic Pro. It's the best one out there for consumer use. Waldo, thank you. Man, I need a drone. Did you guys see that video? That was one of my videos that I'm probably the most proud of that very little people watched. It's the one that says throwing myself down the mountain. It's just a handful of videos ago. It's when I was mountain biking, but there was a drone at the beginning of it. I think it was a DJI Aspire, but it was awesome because as it took off, it like the wings just went up, the body sat down. It was so cool. Yeah, man, I definitely need one with all like the little cinematic stuff that I'm gonna do, especially with summer coming. Woo. Yes, Kim, Waldo is quite the person. Thanks, man. Well, Teresa, at least you watched it. Thank you. You know, it's funny though, because I mentioned that in a video just recently that a lot of people watch the videos that I'm not really proud of. I mean, you gotta realize too, it's the ones I'm proud of are the ones that are highly edited. So that might be more of an adventure day, which is not a searchable item. So, I mean, I get it why, you know, outside of my channel, people don't see it. Oh, Waldo's got a drone. Awesome, man. Hey, Waldo, can you just ship it to me? I promise I'll return it. Probably not. Hey, another person from Florida, Magic Nomadic. What's up? I have a lot of people from Florida. It's insane. I don't know why. Things have just kind of happened. Like, I'm Canadian, and everybody from Florida likes us. Hey, Hula Shack. Yeah, Cody, where you at, Cody? Yeah, I think Cody's been in one live feed once, I think. I'm not sure. Hey, Hank L, another one from Florida. Wandering Far. Yeah, you know what? I mean, Wandering Far just said don't overdo the drone footage like everybody else does. It's kind of like anything else. The drone footage is just to give you guys, you know, a quick look at where I am. You know what I mean? Like making full drone videos, it gets boring. It's just meant to be like it's like using B-roll. You use B-roll to bring people into the moment that you're at in the video. That's why sometimes, like, you know, when I start a video, there'll be like 10 shots of B-roll splashing through things to give you an idea on where I am or how I got to where I am. It just kind of helps people bring them in the moment. But when you're doing like a whole video on drones and stuff, it gets to be a bit crazy. Not unless you're flying the drone through a mall or something that's just like crazy, and that would be awesome. I'd probably get in trouble for that one. There's people from all over the place. Yeah, man, almost at 7,000 subs. Woohoo! That's craziness. I'm super excited right now if this channel ever gets to 10,000 subs. Because for me, 10,000 subs, I don't, it's not the number of subs for me, but a lot opens up for me on the platform at 10,000 subs. Because for me right now, when it comes to like any monetization problems or anything else like that, or you know, posting a video and having YouTube scan it before I put it live to make sure there's no monetization problems, I can't do that stuff until I'm at 10,000 subs. So yeah, 10,000 subs, please. Please, if you're watching this right now and you haven't subbed, just hit that little button. 100,000 subs by 2019. Wandering Far. Yeah, that would be awesome, guys. You wouldn't believe that. You know what? I'm just happy that one person watches my videos every day. Seriously, I'm just like pumped about it. Because I know I think some YouTubers forget about that. They forget about the excitement it was when they got 1 view or 5 views or 10 views. And I think the YouTubers, they lose that when they're like, oh, I'm only getting like 1,000 views in a video. That's 1,000 more views than I ever thought I was gonna get. I love every one of them. They're so rad. Oh, yeah, man, Disco's GoPro video. I still gotta do that too. I was moving stuff around the van and I found my package with this GoPro strap, and I should do that. Should charge that thing up and get them out there on that video. It'd be pretty rad. I'll do that on a nice day when we're actually downtown Vancouver. We'll walk all through downtown when it's super busy one day. Everybody gives Disco loves and Disco pets, and you'll be able to see it from his view. I thought that'd be kind of cool. Hey Chrome, how close are you to getting a DSLR camera for vlogging? Hey, it's all about the party, man. What's up? It's all about the party. He's actually one of the guys that I first started chatting with when I started my channel. So yeah, man, cool to have you here on the live stream again. How close am I to having a DSLR? I was actually pretty damn close to getting one not that long ago, but I had a bit of a financial hiccup and I had to use some of my YouTube money, which I promised myself I never would, because I've been saving it and trying to put it up to buy myself a DSLR. But I ended up having a hiccup and some finance stuff, so some of that stuff trickled out to pay off some junk. And yeah, so it's still, it's in the process, but it won't be for a little bit longer. Because now I got to save back up again. I mean, I didn't use all of it. I probably have about maybe $600 saved from my camera. But every time it gets up to like 1,000, something happens and I have to pull like $100 out of it. So working on it, man, big time. Now I got a drone fund, a DSLR camera fund that I'm still trying to put together. Whoo! Having a DSLR would be nice, because don't get me wrong, filming with my phone is as awesome can be. I love it. It's convenient. It's always with me. But looking at the camera, like if you look at tomorrow's video, you'll see that I'm looking, because I wasn't wearing my sunglasses, I'm looking off to the side because my camera is down here. So in order to look in the camera, I either have to be way over here or look off to the side somewhere in the middle of the distance, and it's odd. So a DSLR would be nice because then I got that round thing to stare at. Hold on a second. Working from the road asks, how do I like people to communicate with you? Comments or DM. Honestly, it really doesn't matter which way. If someone wants to actually communicate with me, direct message is obviously easier. But putting it in the comments are hard sometimes, because especially when you're putting out a video every day and you're getting like 100 or 200 comments, or some videos 300 comments, it is a substantial amount of work to maintain comments. So lately what I've been doing is just trying to heart all the comments as I go through them. And usually what happens is I'll get like 50, 60, 70 of them deep, and I get frustrated with the comments. Something will come up and I'll be like, forget it. And then I'll try to come back the next day. So keeping up with comments is really, really hard, especially if it's an in-depth question. In-depth questions are really hard to answer when you've got like 50 of them in a day. I only have so much time, right? Yeah, it's all about the party. And Jeremy, I see you guys are talking about what camera I'm looking at. For a DSLR, chances are it's probably going to be the Canon 80D, because I can get them fairly decent priced. Best Buy out here always has open box specials, so like ones that have been opened but someone's never used it. So I can get them at a good price. They're usually around about $1,150, give or take, $1,200. So the reason why I'm looking at that one is, I mean, Sony makes probably some of the best cameras in the industry, but a lot of the Sony ones don't have that flip out screen. I don't know. We're not going to get into that. That's too techie for me right now. Hey Richard Footed? Richard, yeah, I was actually looking at the Canon SL2, but the way I'm looking at things, if I'm looking at the Canon SL2, being that's cheaper and more affordable, at that point for me, I might as well just continue to use my phone. You know, what I'm thinking at for buying an actual DSLR camera is buying a camera that I could use semi-professionally if I ever needed or had that opportunity open, and having a cheaper, lower grade camera like the SL2, it might not open that door as much for me, especially if someone's like, hey, we could use a camera guy, what do you have? And I'm like, an SL2, the guy's like, yeah, maybe not. Do you know what I mean? So for me, spending that tiny little bit extra for that possibility of something opening up later may be worth it. Where did you get that poster of the woman? Laura Watts asked me where I got this poster of a woman. So if you guys haven't seen some of my earlier videos, when I first moved into my condo, I had this huge picture on the wall in this wood frame. It had a super nice wood frame around it. It was the very first picture I ever put in my condo. And if you have a look at it, it's a full girl wearing a pair of headphones. And this is just the vinyl. This is like a super thick piece of canvas. And it's not painted, it's just a print. But yeah, so I threw it on Craigslist for sale. Nobody wanted to buy it, so I'm like, you know what? I loved it. So I just cut it out of the frame and taped it on the wall. Boom! That's where that came from. I don't know if it's gonna stay here. If I can find a way to creatively make it fit when I build the van out, then yeah, I just think she's cool. It's the only girl in my life. Woohoo! David Ridgway asked, did you think of any other vans like a Sprinter? Yeah, actually, I was originally looking at a ProMaster, but because I couldn't afford it at the time, I tried to finance one. That I got financed for about 3/4 of the total. So yeah, that's when I got this. But I think in time, I would like to get into, not anytime soon, we're talking like 3-5 years from now, I think my long-term would be something high top. So, and no, don't ask me on here because I will not put a high top on this van. I think they look silly. Michael Weston, what's up, man? Hey, man, hope you're doing good. Hope you're feeling better and up and moving around and stuff. Cool to have you on the super chat. Favorite whiskey? I don't have one. I'm a tequila man. 100% a pure tequila man. Just, I love my tequila. Good tequila, not that garbage stuff. We're talking like good tequila. Ooh, now you're talking, baby. I guess we'll talk about whiskey. I don't even know if it's a whiskey. Someone gave me Jameson the other day at the bar. And I'm not a shot guy. Some guy's like, hey, man. So he gives me one, and I'm like, it was actually pretty good. So I don't know if that's whiskey or not. But Jameson, it was okay. D-Man Manley. Reading names are horrible for me, guys. D-Man Manley. What's a good van to buy for your first van? The van you can afford is a good van to buy for your first van. And honestly, like, D-Man, if you're worried about buying a vehicle, just go online and search the vehicle. There's so many websites that tell you the goods, the bads, the do's, the don'ts about every vehicle, every year, every model. That's what the websites do. They're designed for just that. And if you're not a vehicle person like me, because I'm not, go to those things because they'll give you at least a good, decent idea on what it's like and what falls apart at what kilometer point. So you kind of know that, okay, this one's good for this, and at about 250,000 K, the transmissions fall out. Just look them up online. They'll be able to find some stuff that'll help you out for sure, because I am not a vehicle guy. The only reason why I chose this van that I'm in right now is because we used to have these vans at my day job, and we used to have older vans about the same year as this one. And the vans we had at work had no mechanical problems the whole time he's owned them, really. And he's like a few little things, and they were over 500,000 kilometers on them. And this one's got about 175,000 kilometers on it now. So I figured I'm good to go for a while. All right, well, hold on, guys. At Michael Weston, Jack Daniels, man. A good tequila is good, man. I'm telling you. A good tequila. It's got to be good, though. Super good. Okay, hold on. This is turning into quite the alcohol, quite the alcohol chat here. Hey, Charlie from Halifax. What's up, man? It's true. Charlie from Halifax says, it seems like only yesterday I had 497 subscribers. I know, right? This channel's like not even 7 months old, and we're doing about 1,000 subscribers a month, which blows my freaking mind. Carol Lessard got a Savannah 2500 for, holy crap, 370,000 kilometers on it. It still runs like new. See, you know, stuff like that's awesome. See, kilometers don't always mean a lot too. I mean, obviously if you're at 500K, that's an issue, but you know, I've heard things like that where people buy things with fairly decent high kilometers on it, but the owner's taken super good care of it prior to, lots of oil changes and stuff, and they're super great. But you know, mine being like, it was at 160 some odd thousand K when I bought it, so I felt good about it. All right, guys. My chat's frozen. Hey, guys, my chat's frozen. It won't even move. Hopefully you guys are on there live still. My chat's not even budging here. I can't see nothing. Read it from my phone. Hula Shack. All right, it's moving on my phone. Oh, here we go. Oh, we're back on. What's up? All right, yeah, Scotty Disco is, what is that? Scotty the Great? Scotty Avelis? Anyway, whatever. Scotty, yeah. Scotty, here's my dog. Hey, Disco. Disco. Disco, do you say wake up? Disco. He's a well-behaved dog, isn't he? I could scream, fire, help me. He'd still sleep. Worst guard dog in history, let me tell you. The worst. I bet you if someone broke in my van, I bet you he would sleep the whole way through. Or he would walk over and put his chin where his treats are, waiting for the person to give him one. Oh, the life of Disco. Alright guys, my chat's freezing again, so I'm going to give you guys Disco for a few minutes until my chat comes back up. You guys see him alright? Hey buddy. I don't know why, man, my chat keeps freezing. When's Disco going to get his own YouTube channel? Disco actually has his own YouTube channel. It's called Van City Van Life. I'm pretty sure this is just his channel. I just happened to steal all the talking head parts. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for that. Thanks a lot. Yeah, Disco used to have his own Instagram channel a long time ago. And I just figured because he was cute, it would catch on, and it never did. And it was like a pain in the butt to keep up with all my social media stuff, so I just deleted it. Sorry, Disco, no more Instagram for you. But if you look at my Instagram right now for Van City Van Life, like every second or third picture is the dog. So technically the Van City Van Life Instagram is pretty much his. So go follow that. Hold on, going so fast. Trainer DeLeon? Trainer DeLeon? What kind of gas mileage do I get? Horrible gas mileage. If I don't travel very far in the van, just do some general running around, general back and forth stuff, my van goes through about $100 in gas a week. On a week where I'm doing like outside adventures, like driving to Whistler or anything like that, I do about $150 a week. The least amount I've ever spent on gas in the van has been about $80, and that was a week that I stayed put in a fair amount of places, a lot. Like, went to this park, stayed there all day. Went to that park the next day, stayed there all day. You know what I mean? The van is not the greatest on gas, and that is my largest expense. Do I care about it? Not so much. And if I'm having a short financial week where I may be only DJing one night, you know, I will take days like today. I've been kind of round about the same spot most of the day, so it'll help save money if I take a day or two and just ease up on the driving a little bit. But gas mileage is definitely completely horrible. So I pretty much budget myself for $150 a week in gas, which I figured is pretty decent. You know, I mean, it's still a lot of money. If you look at it at the end of the month, it's like $500 or $600 in fuel, but the freedom and the running around and the driving and the enjoying great things, so freaking worth it. Better than spending $1,500 a month on rent, let me tell you that. Hey Laura Watts, thanks for the super chat. Is that for buying me a shot of tequila? Thanks a lot. That's awesome. Jeff YG asked me if I have a 5.4 in my van. You know what? I don't even know what's in my van. I know it's a V8. I don't know what liter V8 it is. So not a car guy. I guess I should know that stuff. That's the heartbeat in my house. I'm gonna look up that after we get off this. Thanks. XK Canada uses kilometers. Kilometers on everything. Kilometers on everything. We use inches, not centimeters. Centimeters always messes me up. Like when I go to IKEA and stuff, they give me measurements in centimeters. I'm like, what? I grab my phone and I'm like, hey Siri, but I have to get Siri on my phone to convert it because, well, you know, I'm not into that kind of stuff. Do me and Disco want another ice cream? Disco has had so much junk food. It is horrible. Patriot 77, horrible. He's got so many treats, it's crazy. And the funny thing is he knows where the treats are. That's the sad part. He'll go over and put his chin by the little cabinet. I'm like, what do you want, buddy? He just kind of sit there and just kind of like sniff around. Smart guy. Hey, Severe Band. It is a nice day in the van today. It stopped raining outside, and it was cool. Like, I was going to turn the phone around. A hovercraft just went by, like a huge hovercraft. I think it was like, what do they call it? The Coast Guard? It was super rad. It was really, really, really big. It was pretty cool. Jeff YG has a van just like mine, 217,000 on it. Sweet. So, just so you guys know, here's a subject that, nobody wants to bring up. I just about had my first thought in the van that I think I might need a toilet in the van. So damn close. It was scary. Gross subject, right? I know, but whatever. We live in a van. We got to talk about it. So close to the point that I'm like, okay, so I'm not going to put a bathroom in the van, but I am going to buy those bags and all the stuff that's needed for a bathroom, and I'm going to leave them in the garbage can under my garbage bag. That way, if the accident does happen, I'm just shitting in the garbage can. Sorry, I'm just going to freaking do it. That way, I don't have to have a separate bathroom. If I have to, fuck, I'll just shit in a bag. Gross, but this is on the live feed, and so freaking be it. Welcome to freaking van life. But still, just about, over 6 months in the van, still no need for the bathroom, but that was a close call. I made it though, just barely. Poop talk, you got it, poop talk. We've all had mistakes. Seriously, guys, how many of you guys really have shit your pants? Just saying. I think everybody's done it just once. Everybody that says no, is lying. Sorry. You're right, Hula Shack. DJ Chrome is talking shit. But yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do for that aspect. I don't feel like dedicating a space to my van for that, because that's a substantial amount of real estate in the van for something that I might only use once every 6 months. And if things go good for the next 6 months, maybe I won't need to use it for a year. So I don't want to dedicate a part of my van for that. So, hey man, I always mess this one up at the beginning. Touristique de Canada. I'm not French. Thanks for the super chat, man. That is super rad. Please don't tell me that's for my toilet fund. Thanks, man. I really, really appreciate that. The super chats are always so cool. And it's really helps with like the stuff at the end of the month. So awesome. Let me tell you, so rad. For my poop fund. Thank you. Great. Now, do you really want me thinking about you every time I poop in a bag that you might have possibly purchased? Gross. But yeah, guys. I mean, if it all came down to it, hold on. If emergencies happen, I always have Disco's bags in my pocket. I never thought about that. It's like, right? A good dog owner always has these in their pocket. So if you are in van life and you're a good dog owner, you always have your toilet with you everywhere you go. I don't think that's going to happen, but, emergencies call, emergencies call. Jenny and Ryan, Florida, thank you for the $20 super chat for the shit in the bag fund. You guys are so funny. So much fun. You guys are rad. Oh my goodness. That was really funny, Jenny. That was funny. Lee Sammy, it's true. A lot of people do have bathrooms in their vans and they don't use it. I can understand it if you're in something bigger, but when you're in something my size, that is a huge amount of space. Like, I used to have a big cooler, and that's be like having 3/4 of that cooler wasting up room for something that might not ever get used. So I think transforming the garbage can into a possible emergency, shit in a bag containment unit. There you go. That's an official word for it. Then I think it's a great idea. I thought about that the other day. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to grab the garbage can next time and just let loose. All right. No more talking about this. It's a shitty, shitty conversation. Literally. Zeke, fellow van dweller, how can I get started as a DJ? My number one piece of advice for anybody wanting to be a DJ. 1, you learn on your own. That's the best way to do it. And if you have any problems or any questions, YouTube. Every time. Hey, Michael Weston, thanks for the $2 super chat for some tequila. Thank you, man. Thank you. That's super cool. But yeah, if anybody, I know I have a few people on my channel that are DJs or interested in DJing, and I thought that was kind of cool. Like some guy said to me that it's super rad because he's a DJ. He likes watching DJ channels, but he loves watching van life channels. Now he gets to watch them both in the same one. So, but yeah, if anybody out there is like into that stuff, I'm a big believer on learning on your own. You know, the basics and fundamentals you can learn on any YouTube channel anywhere, but that kind of stuff, anything creative has to be taught yourself. It's like someone wants to be a photographer, you know what I mean? Like you learn those crafts on your own, and that's what makes a good photographer. That's what makes a good videographer and a good DJ and a good artist and a good drawer, is the person that just teaches themselves, because that is raw, it's natural, it's talent that was taught themselves and becomes them. Because if they learn from somebody else, what happens is that they become that person. Does that make sense? Right? I couldn't draw worth beans. I'm a bad drawer. So for me to go take classes from somebody, now what happens is I'm drawing like their style, which is defeats the point. All right, someone said dog farts. What's going on here? Disco farts, butterflies, and unicorns. Jenny and Ryan, listen, that's not true at all. When disco farts, there's times where I'm like, oh my God, disco, is that you? It's so bad. Like bad to the point that you want to hit the evacuation alarm and all the doors wide open. It's like he can clean this van out in like a millisecond. And he's so cute about it. He'd just be lying there sleeping and you'll hear him go and pass out sleeping. Then it'll kill you. It'll kill you. And if you don't live in a van, if you have gas, where's this live chat going? If you live in a van, then you'll know and learn and understand that odors, they stay. And they're way worse than you could ever imagine. Hey, Bob Smith, thanks for the $2 super chat. Hopefully that's not for my poop bag fund either. You guys have been really funny today. I'm really enjoying this one. Sometimes the live streams aren't overly exciting sometimes because I'm not big with reading. I don't do well with reading a lot of stuff. Like if you watch me, I stumble on reading people's first names. Like reading stuff out loud sucks for me. And it's weird being that I'm a DJ in an expressive line of work and I'm good at talking. I'm just not good at reading out loud. Weird, right? Like I know in elementary school, I was like, the worst. Give me a microphone and put me in front of a concert of 25,000 people or 5,000 people. I will talk their faces off. You give me a piece of paper and tell me to call out somebody's name because they're needed in the bathroom or something. I wouldn't get their name right if I tried. Suck at that stuff. So yeah, you'll see me stumble on reading everybody's name. Hey, John Sparkman. Too much poop, you got it right. Too much poop talk in this conversation. This conversation's got a lot of poop talk and alcohol. A lot of shitty drunk things going on here today. But yeah, guys, also another topic I want to bring up. Because I don't have a roof vent in my van, and I always keep hearing people say that I need one. And it's a must and it's a mandatory and it's one of those things you just have to have. Well, they said I will get mold, I will get all this stuff if I don't have it. I don't have any of that stuff. And I've gutted my van many times and I've pulled up the bottom flooring piece and there's some of the foam pieces on the side that aren't quite stuck and I've looked inside them, there's nothing inside them. I've got no mold, condensation problems. I mean, it may get a bit damp on the front windows and stuff, but that's to be expected because it's touching the outside. But I've had no problems in the van. So having a roof vent and stuff, I don't think I'm going to put one in here. You know, we'll see what it's like when summer's coming, but yeah, I'm really not too sure about that whole side of it yet. You know, and I've talked to a few van dwellers down here that I'm like, hey man, how do you feel about your roof vent? They're like, oh, the roof vent's great when I cook. But that's their number one thing that they keep telling me. It's awesome when they cook to expel all the steam and stuff from boiling things. And I'm like, well, I don't cook in my van. But, you know, having some airflow and stuff in here, I've seen some other little options on a lot of like trucks around town. It's just like a little fan that kind of turns on the outside. I don't know how to explain it. Let me turn the heater off. It's getting hot in here, guys. But yeah, I might look at some options for ventilation with summer coming and stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about putting that stuff on here yet. We'll see. See, there you go. Working from the road said that they had 2 vents in the van and it was still damp every morning. So that just kind of goes to show, I don't know. I mean, here's my view on that while we're on the topic of it. You know, you always read all of these things that have to happen prior to starting van life, and everybody says, okay, you need. But then a lot of people that are saying you need this stuff don't have vans and don't have the experiences of not having it in their van. Like they'll buy a van, they'll put a vent in. So how do they know what it's like without one? That's why I've really held off on a lot of things. That's why I've held off on building my van, held off on putting batteries and solar and stuff, just to see if you can do it without it. And you can. Like, you don't need all that stuff. And so far, no roof vent, no problems. You know, no batteries, no solar, no problems. And the company Aki sent me this thing the other day to do a review on, and it's actually charging my device right now. At least I think it's still charging my device. I don't know. We'll see. If this live feed goes dead, you know it stopped charging my device. Because this thing wasn't quite fully charged. So it might be dead now. I think it's dead now. On that subject, let me plug it into my computer. So yeah, I mean, but adding things like this to your life where you can charge up some devices are great. And for my laptop, it charges pretty quick. So I can get away with, you know, just charging it once or twice in a day if I'm doing a ton of video editing. But yeah, I'm doing fine without all that ruckus and stuff. David Ridgway asked me, did I sell my car? Yes, I sold my car. On that subject, I didn't have the greatest credit. Like, I don't have good credit. And because I don't have good credit, I didn't care about my credit. So when it came to selling my car, I actually called the people I had it financed with. I said, look, what do I owe? I owed $6,500 on it or something. I'm like, look, the car's not worth $6,500. Like, the average one of those cars is selling for like $3,500 to $4,500. And I owed more than I had on it. So I just phoned the guys. I'm like, look, we're going to settle this out. I'll give you $3,500 for the car and you write the rest of the loan off. And the guy's like, you know, that shows up in your credit as a settlement. I'm like, my credit sucks anyway. Like, it's not going to hurt what I already have. So my already have isn't worth squat. So we just settled out. We settled out at what I sold the car for and got rid of that debt. And I'm okay with that. Totally okay with that. So yeah, it's gone, which is a major chunk of my debt. But on the topic of money, while we're sitting here yapping about money, sorry for everybody who's putting comments in here that I'm missing. But this has been a fun live chat because I've got a chance to actually chat instead of read so many comments. And I like that. But money-wise, I've actually put a substantial amount of money towards my debt. Like a freaking pretty big chunk. So far, I'm doing about $1,000 a month to my debt repayment. Sure, I could be doing more if I went back and did a 9-to-5 grind, but without the 9-to-5 grind, I'm putting $1,000 towards my debt, which is super awesome. And my debt right now is just under $10,000. I believe it's just under 10K. It's pretty close anyway. So if you look at it, 10 more months and I'm done. And summers for me are super busy with my DJ business because of weddings. So this summer I'm hoping to get like another, maybe a couple grand a month put towards my debt. But that's the DJ business. It fluctuates. It's never always the same thing. We go through busy seasons and slow seasons. And I'm enjoying it because on the slower times, I got more time off to make videos on YouTube, you know, go around and see nice things. And I've been enjoying having that time because if I had a 9-to-5 grind, there is no way this channel would even exist because you can't. There's no freaking way you could have a full-time YouTube channel and have a job at the same time. It ain't possible. Hey, Jaeger JF. Oh, anyway, we'll call you Jaeger. Thanks for the super chat, man. That is super rad of you. It's so cool to support the channel like that. I love it. But yeah, continuing on that subject, there's no way you could have a day job and do a YouTube channel with this many videos. On average, in a day, I probably spend about 6 to 8 hours a day doing YouTube stuff and video stuff. And if you look at it, that's a freaking full-time job, no matter how you look at it. And any channel you look at anywhere, if they're producing at least 5 decent edited videos a week, those guys are putting in at least a minimum of a 6-hour day to produce one video. And that is the freaking truth. So anybody you are watching on YouTube, anybody, always interact with every video you like. Thumbs up, comment, any kind of interaction is super, super good for the creator, and because that stuff helps the algorithm on YouTube. But yeah, man, like even the simple little videos, I've produced 6-minute long videos that have taken me 4 to 5 to 6 to 8 hours to produce. Like I have a video on here that's called, what's it called? Just Be Creative or something like that. And all it was B-roll footage. And I banged through clips after clips after clips. That thing took me like close to 5 hours to edit. And I think the video was like not even 5 minutes long. Yeah, it's time consuming, but it's so much fun. Seriously, so much fun. Speaking of so much fun, I was editing tomorrow's video today. It took me about a little over 2 hours to edit. It was a pretty good edit. Because there's lots of talking, not so much B-roll. But after I finished that edit, I went over to Forrest Stevens' channel because he was doing a live stream. Forrest Stevens is the filmmaker that did the little tour video of my van. I'll throw it in the afterplay in the ending. After I was editing today, I went and watched him edit a video live. So yeah, that's how much I love video editing. As I sat here and watched somebody else edit for like 20 minutes. It was pretty cool. He's actually editing his van life documentary video that he's hoping to get put on Netflix, which this guy's face apparently is going to be in. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, he was editing that video live today. So go check it out. His channel that he's doing the filmmaking stuff on for the van life documentary, the channel is called Forrest the Filmmaker. Check it out. And yeah, my stuff's on there today too. He was just playing around with my clip a little bit. It's pretty sweet. Hey, I don't know how to pronounce it. Elisam Tech? I'm horrible at this stuff, man. I wish there was a button I could push and it just like read the name. Elisam Tech found me through Forrest. Awesome, man. He's a super cool dude. We actually had a super awesome visit that day. It was the first time I met him when we went around, and he's a super cool guy, man. Nice and chill. Just a good vibe on that guy. Love him. Chrome, you are the man. Thanks, Jed. And, Jed Clark. He's down in the comments there. Jed, I had a girl in my van for the very first time, but she only sat in the front seat. So he's been messaging me going, so how many girls you got in your van? Yeah, 1 for a drive to IKEA. You guys are super funny in the chats today. Another subject too, while we're here, I know summer's here, but you guys might be able to get better deals on it now because summer's coming. But that Olympian Wave 3 is badass. Badass as hell. And the other guy that came and visited us at the last live stream, you guys were messaging me just saying, hey. He has an Olympian Wave 3 in his small little, what's the van called? Like the Ford Connect. It's not the Connect. Anyway, the smaller little Ford Transit, whatever it's called. And he loves it too. It was great in his space. And so they're damn good little heaters. That's right. Transit Connect. Boom. There you go. See, there you go. I'm not a car guy. I'm not good at that stuff at all. I had a few people tell me to go into Jysk, Jysk. I don't know if you have that in the US. to go into JYSK and look at cabinets for the van. And I went in there, but I never really seen anything. And then I went back in the other day and I totally found cabinets that I think just might work better than anything I found at IKEA. But they're a little bit more expensive. Probably about 50% more expensive than the ones at IKEA. But I guess I won't say 50%. They were more expensive. But I'm thinking if they're going to measure out well, I might slowly start picking them up. That way, you know, the van build kind of begins. Dave C asked me what Sprinter I'll be getting later. I don't know about the Sprinter thing. I like the Sprinter idea because I like the 4x4 aspect of it. But, you know, we all know Mercedes and stuff like that, they're expensive to service, expensive to maintain, expensive, all that stuff's expensive. So because of that, that's my only holdback of ever wanting to get one. But I love the 4x4 aspect of it, which is beautiful. But I think if anything, maybe a ProMaster might be the option, because ProMasters, they're, you know, easier to maintain and so on and so forth. Yeah, actually, building cabinets out of styrofoam. On that topic right there, I've seen them. I don't like the idea of it. Some things just doesn't feel right about building a cabinet out of styrofoam. I've seen them. They're pretty sweet and they're pretty cool, but something in my head says don't do it. You got to trust that feeling. You know what I mean? When you get that feeling that says no styrofoam cabinets, it's probably a good idea. You guys are funny. Hey, Martha Cannery? Martha Cannery says that she has a 4x4. Do you have a 4x4 Sprinter? I mean, yeah, the 4x4 Sprinter. I mean, that's what I wanted, but we'll see. There's a gentleman that's on my Patreon. His name is Benjamin. He's actually flying to Calgary to pick up his 4x4. I don't know if he went for the 4x4 one or not. But anyway, he's flying to Calgary to get his Sprinter, and then he's going to be cruising through Canada. So I'm pretty stoked when he gets here. I want to see it. And it'd be pretty rad because I've really been thinking about it. It's just a dream, though. That'll be 3 years at minimum. I won't be leaving this van for at least 3 years. That's my set minimum. Not unless something magical happens and I get rich and I can sell this van for a decent amount, and probably not. 3 years. Oh, shoot. No such thing as plastic trees. Make your cabinets out of timber. You got it, Christopher. I agree. I know that's, I mean, it's a cool concept and it was a cool idea for people, but I don't see that being as a long-term thing. But mind you, you know, I'm buying pre-made cabinets for the van. So for me, I see the pre-made cabinets as easy to break down if somebody doesn't want to buy this as a camper van. Because it's true though. What if I go to sell and someone's like, I don't want a camper van? You know what I mean? And it's all fully built out. And it'd be different if this was a permanent home. Like if I were to ever get a Sprinter or a ProMaster, that thing would be built out like a freaking beautiful rolling downtown condo. You got it. Let me tell you, that thing will be so macked out because it would be a long-term home. And this is not so much. This is my 3-year home. Yeah. Len R, my van smells like dog. Yes, it does smell like dog. And anybody traveling with a dog, please know your van is going to freaking smell like a dog. And there's nothing you can do about it, man. I'm telling you, like, that's why I don't want any material things in here. I want to keep the material stuff down to a minimum because anything that soaks in smell, I don't want. But, you know, I've been washing my bedding once a week. And, yeah, but it does smell in here. And there's nothing you can really do about it. And, you know, the dog hair thing's a problem because he sheds a lot. But, you know, then there's always that thing, if I washed him less, he would probably shed less. But if I wash him less, he stinks more. And it's that weird balance of, I'd rather have a van that doesn't stink so bad and deal with the hair. Yeah. Fortunate Travels Adventures. Awesome, man. It's always nice to hear when people get encouraged from my channel to, like, you know, just do something with their life and go do something and get out there. So awesome. Look at Jenny all there. Bill Smith, hey man, thanks for the super chat. So awesome. Beer on you. Wicked. Beer is probably the only thing here in Canada that's cheap and affordable. Funny, weird thing, but it's true. Gas right now here is about $1.50 something a liter, maybe $1.55 per liter. Crazy. And Jenny Ryan Florida's telling everybody to join Patreon. It's been pretty fun over there, guys. Patreon's been a pretty fun place to share things. David Ridgway wants to know what my favorite beer is. My favorite beer... I don't know. There's a lot of local craft breweries here in Vancouver that I really enjoy. I'm a craft beer kind of guy. I'm not the kind of guy that buys, generic branded beer. Occasionally, if I'm at the bar, sometimes at work, I'll grab a Corona, because some of the bars that I DJ at don't have good craft beer on tap, so I'll just grab a Corona. And but yeah, I'm a craft beer guy, and usually I always start with a lager, something light, and then something into like a pale ale or an IPA. But I do like good craft beers, though. That is one thing I've been looking forward to on my travels, is visiting craft breweries. It's so good. $1.24 per liter of gas in Ontario. Man, I want to come to Ontario and get gas today. It would probably be, just as cheap. Gas prices here are crazy, and they're supposed to be going up. Like the guy at the gas station said, it's supposed to be going up to like upwards of $2. I don't know if that's true. I don't follow news. I don't listen to the news or anything, but he said it's supposed to go upwards of $2 per liter by the end of summer. That's freaking ridiculous. Diesel is $1.14. Yeah, diesel's a lot cheaper out here. Usually, watching the gas prices, diesel out here is never that far lower than like just regular gas, but lately there's been a gap because regular gas is like through the freaking roof. It's so bad. Whoo! $3.06 a gallon, Len R, 76 cents a liter. What? That's insane. I had someone on my last super chat that had mentioned that they were paying like $60 to fuel up their Chevy Express van. A fill up on mine is $150, usually maybe $145 to $155 to fill this thing. He said his van was like $65. That's crazy. Hey, John Sparkman, man, thanks for the super chat. Have a Richards. Oh yeah, Rickard's Red honey is so good. Sorry, Rickard's Red, so good. I haven't had a Rickard's Red in a long time. I used to have a friend that used to be a big Rickard's fan. We should do that one day. We should do like a beer tasting chat. We'll do that one Saturday night. I have a night off. We'll grab like a couple of cans from a handful of different local breweries, and we can all sit down. $65 to fill up. Fortune Travel said that he's Fortunate Travel Adventures says it's $65 to fill up, man. That's crazy. That's insane, man. I wish this thing was like that. If this was like that, van life would be so much more affordable. Like, you know how fast I could pay off my debt if this thing was that cheap to fuel up? TM Smith says he has a Chevy Express 2500, $125 to fill up. Are you in Canada, TM? Hey, Angela Chung. I'm not going to pronounce the last name, but hey, Angela Chung, thanks for the super chat. So cool. But yeah, gas prices up here are like not even fun. It's not even enjoyable right now. But you know what? I mean, I've never really been the kind of person to look at gas prices because they are what they are, and they're always going to be what they're going to be. There's nothing you can do about it. Bitching, whining, complaining, and being grumpy and groany over it, and being that old guy that sits at the coffee shop and complains about gas prices for an hour with his buddies is just, you can't do anything about it. So you just got to pay it and move on. And so for me lately, what I've done is just cut my travels a bit. been trying to find nicer places and spending longer parts of my day there. Instead of going there and then, you know, like, oh, okay, now let's go here now. Because my head functions like that. It jumps a lot. So for me to go somewhere, I last a couple of hours. I'm like, ooh, let's go here. And then I move on. So I've been trying to force myself lately. Like that video I posted just last Sunday. I can't remember the name of it. But I sat pretty much a majority of an afternoon in one spot with the lawn chair. Super good. Had a little bit of a nap in the chair. It's so funny when you're in a public place and you're like, and you wake up and you're just like, you can feel the drool on your face. You're like, oh, this is awkward. Because I have no idea how long I was sleeping for. Could have been 10 minutes, could have been 3 hours, I don't know. Yeah, man. Here the gas prices around everywhere. It's crazy. So much cheaper in the US. Like, we've been seeing a lot of US license plates up here in Vancouver lately, like a lot of them. And I think that comes from like the American dollar is worth 30% more here than ours is there. Like, I think our dollar is worth like 70 some odd cents in the US or whatever it is. I don't even know. But there's been a lot of American plates up here. I've seen a lot of vans, a lot of travelers, a lot. Because you guys can come up here. I mean, we're so close to the border. Like, the nearest border crossing here is like 30 minutes. From the place I DJ out on Fridays, the nearest border crossing is like 3 minutes. So, and you know, Seattle is only like a little over 2 hours from here. So we're pretty close to the US, so we get a lot of guys up here. There used to be a point where we used to travel to the US to get deals. Now Canadians don't travel to the US for shopping anymore. We used to, but not so much anymore. I know the border towns are really busy with gas. A lot of the Canadians will go down to the border, go across, get gas, and come back. But shopping wise, not so much anymore. Since the prices have been like really garbage, we've had some pretty big outlet malls open up close to the border here, where we used to go down to the American outlet malls. Now the Americans come up to our outlet malls. Well, I would too, with the price of our dollar. Our dollar right now is worth like Monopoly money. Yeah. It looks like Monopoly money. Have you guys seen Canadian bills? I don't know. You guys, I don't know what I have in my wallet. Probably not a lot. I have one bill. Oh, I got 2 bills. Hold on. Here's our money. There's a blue one. There's a purple one. And we got a red one. We got a brown one. We got a green one. If you look at our currency together, I've heard this joke once, it was super awesome. Our currency is the only currency that's like a color of a rainbow. And it's like, not like American, this isn't paper. This is like, I don't know, plastic. It's like Mexican pesos. That's what it feels like, that plastic bill. Funny money. Clearly I'm rich. And Canadian currency is pretty funny. It may look good, but it ain't worth nothing. Come on, buddy. Hey, come on. Come on up. Everybody wants to see you, buddy. Come here. Come on. I'm going to go get Disco, but I have to go get a treat first, because he'll listen to that. Come on, find some treats in for you. All right, buddy, come on. Oh, here he comes. Come on, buddy. Come here. Come on. Come say hi to everybody. Hi, buddy. Nice to see you awake. What's this? Motivated by food. These are the treats we got from Blues Hermits, the little pumpkin ones, and he freaking loves them. So Blues Hermits, thanks for sending this. He loves them. I caught him trying to push his head underneath my seat the other day, trying to get to them, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And I realized that they were underneath my driver's seat. Sneaky boy. Disco's possum. I love that term. I've seen that term a few times on here. That's totally hilarious. Hold on, I'm trying to straighten my phone up. You guys are all crooked now. Thanks, guys. All this talk about beer and stuff, now I want a beer. Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. All right, let's go back and make sure I didn't miss anything here. Man, I'm feeling really bad. You know what I'm really glad about? If anybody's ever watched a replay of one of my old live streams, you lost all the chats. Like, in like all these chats, and everybody's making these beautiful comments and questions and stuff I never had the chance to get to. When the live chats were gone, the comments were gone. I couldn't go back and see them. They were out, which really sucked. But YouTube just finished changing how live streams work, so you should be able to see all this chat stuff that you guys are all seeing now in the replay, which is cool because it gives me a chance to go back and go through all of the questions that everybody asked that I missed, and I know there's probably tons because I've only answered a handful of them so far. But going through them all in the replay is super cool because, you know, everybody doesn't get left out. I felt so bad before about having to read everybody's stuff. Now, well, sorry guys, I've kind of let some slide past because I'll catch you guys in the replay. If that replay thing works, freaking better work. It better show up on the side there because that was super annoying. Laura Watts wants to know what my t-shirt size is. And thanks for the super chat. T-shirt size, I am a double extra large. Got it. Double extra large. And that pretty much goes across the board with anything. I'm a double XL. It's a shocker if it's an XL. If it's an XL, it's always a double. What am I kidding? It's a double XL. I'm proud of it. It's all good. I'm a double extra large man. It's all right. I always, you know what's funny? Because I always felt, I feel about the same size now as I did when I wore a large. So either I see myself differently, or I don't know, maybe shirts are getting smaller. When you buy a candy bar at the corner store, they're way smaller now than they used to be, so let's just go with that. It makes me feel better. You buy anything nowadays that was 10 years ago, they're smaller now. Sneaky little buggers. Car seat. Sorry, I'm going to sabotage these names. Once I get better, like glasses for reading would be good on this. Oops. Car CC asked me, have I gained weight or lost weight since being in the van? I have gained weight since being in the van. And it's got nothing to do with the van though. I always seem to do this every winter. Because I don't like crappy weather, and Vancouver, it rains a lot in the winter. We don't get a lot of snow. We don't get any snow really. But I find in the wintertime, every single year, I always seem to like stuff my face. It happens. I get cold on rainy nights, chilly nights. It's always been movies and junk food for me. It's been like that habitual thing. So I do this every year. I always gain weight over Christmas, lose weight throughout summer, and it's been that yo-yo my whole life. So I guarantee you by beginning of summer or early parts of summer, I'll be 20, 25 pounds less than I am today. Crazy, but it does fluctuate like that. I lose weight fast and I gain weight super quick. But yep, van life didn't make me fat. I did. But I've heard that with some people. Some people say that being in the vans have made them gain weight. And I think maybe those are just the kind of people that are just staying in their van a lot. And we've been more adventurous since being in the van than we were ever at the condo. Hey, buddy. Haven't we? So, yeah. I love you guys, man. You guys are so funny in the comments. Rebecca Harper asked me, hey, Chrome, do you find it hard to date while living the van life? So this actually makes for a pretty good topic right now. So, I've been a devoted guy to single life for many, many, many years now. Like, I've been pretty much single for about 5 years. Crazy. But, you know, I devoted my life to it after a really crappy relationship. And, you know, I'm happier now than I've ever been. I know more about myself than I ever did when I was with somebody else and going from girl to girl to girl to girl. I know myself now. I know who I am. I know what I want. I know what I need. But I haven't been the guy that's been going out to seek things, because for me, yeah, I've always had better things to do. You know what I mean? Like, I've always in my head, I'm like, I don't want to worry with her. But I met a girl the other week on St. Patrick's Day. She was just super cute. She was different than the other ones. I got hit on a lot that night. It was like a total meat market. But she was different than all the other ones. She was just super sweet about things. So we exchanged phone numbers and we went out for a short IKEA visit. And I dropped the bomb. I dropped the bomb before I even picked her up. And I know a lot of people say you can't tell everybody from the beginning that you are living in a van. And I say if you are meeting somebody, that's the first thing you tell them. You know, I've had someone on a previous chat that just kind of said, no, you got to wait and tell them later on in dating, like 3 or 4 dates later. I'm like, you know what? My time is more valuable than that. So you got to tell them before you go do anything. And I think that applies to any part of anybody's life. If you've got something like that big elephant in the room or that thing you're hiding, drop the bomb. Drop the bomb before you spend the time with them on going on a date. Like if you've got 4 kids at home, drop the bomb. You don't want to put time into a guy and then drop that bomb and have him bounce because you just wasted time in your life. So anyway, I met this girl and we exchanged a few, messages back and forth. And then the next day I just kind of told her, I'm like, hey, I live in a van. I dropped the bomb. I live in a van, but I got it easy though, because I just shared the link to my YouTube channel so she could go see exactly what I'm doing. I guess it's easier for me in that aspect because I got YouTube that'll just speak for itself. But I dropped the bomb, and to my surprise, she was just like, whoa, she's always been interested in tiny house living and so on and so forth. And so you'd be surprised when you drop the bomb on somebody how somebody will either have had interest in that in the past or just be open-minded. And if they're not open-minded, get out. See you later. I'd rather tell you that before I wasted money and bought you a coffee, because that $3 would have been better spent on me. Does that make sense? Gotta tell them. But yeah, dating in the van, honestly, if I meet a girl who's not down for it, get out. See you later. Bye-bye. I don't need you, don't want you. Just gotta be you. And if the person is rad enough as a human being to say, whoa, you live in a van? That is so cool. You know what I mean? If they hum and haw around it, they're like, oh, okay, I'll be okay with that. They're out. Sorry, at that point, you're out. Call me maybe being a bit of a dick in that aspect, but if they have a tiny little hang up on it, I'm out. See you later, I am gone. Because I'm not wasting time with someone who might have a small hang up with my life, because it's my life. You either be an awesome addition to it or you don't, because I am awesome on my own. I really don't need you, but if you want to be awesome beside me, I'd be cool to blaze a trail with you. Totally cool. But I think relationships are 2 badass people together. Not one badass person, and the other person just kind of clings on to this badass person. You live a life together. I think that's bullshit. I think a relationship is one strong human being who's independent with themselves and is who they are, and the next person is the same. And I think those people, if they can get close enough together that they can blast a life together, they do well. Because this person has their own friends, this person has their own friends, and then you guys just make sense? Yeah, dating in the van, just tell them the damn truth. And I have really no interest. So, Kirk M, hey man, thanks for the... Oh, you guys. Kirk M, thanks for the $5 super chat. Thanks for the $5 for my poop bucket. Oh, what is happening on this live stream today? Totally funny. I love it. Michelle Wallace, her and her husband have considered a boat. I think a boat is super cool. It's not something I'm interested in or something I've ever even looked into, but I think the whole boat thing is super rad. Like I see them sitting at the marina all the time when I go down and sit there and watch the boats, and you can see the couples on them and these like little mini kind of sailboat sort of things. And they're traveling, and it's just super cool. I'm a water guy. I'm a huge water guy. That's why you see a lot of ocean stuff in my videos, because I'm massive on water. So for me, a boat would be super cool. And yeah, I love it. Boats are expensive though. Yep, you got read that right, Christopher. And it would always fear me, because you're in the middle of the water and you're floating. What if your house sprung a leak? You hear that? There's an eagle out here somewhere. Yeah, must be about. There's a lot of trees. We get a lot of eagles, especially this time of year around the water down here. And one thing, all the eagles that fly around, the other birds pick on them all the time. I wouldn't pick on that thing. That bald eagle, that thing's badass. But you always see the crows and stuff swooping around them. Leave those big boys alone, man. Those boys will mess you up. Dee Dee's Craft, is that Dee Dee's? Oh, I got that right. Yeah, Dee Dee's Craft Corner. Planning on jumping in a van, but I need my craft space. Depends what you get for a van. There's a lot of space. Like, check this out. This whole area that's sitting right here that has nothing in it. If I could put my life into the 2 cabinets that are here and underneath my bed, you could totally build a whole crafting area there. Because the only thing that's over here right now is my cooler, a water jug I can stick in the back, cooler I can stick in the front seat, and a box of miscellaneous stuff for my laundry bin. The miscellaneous stuff I could weed out. Laundry bin, I could weed out more stuff underneath my bed and put it there, and you could totally build a complete office or desk or something right there. Because technically that's open space still, unused space. You could totally build a craft thing in there. Laura Watt says on the super chat, she says, I dream of living in a canal boat off grid in the UK. I don't know what a canal boat is, but I'll look one up though. That's super cool though. I think boating would be super fun. Think about the plus side about boating though. You automatically cut out the gas fee. Woo! That's a major chunk of change. Because for me, that's like $500-600 a month. That's crazy. And I think Jenny and Ryan Florida that are on here, you'll see them on their comment moderator. I heard on that video that she was on with Element Van Life the other day that she's got like $500 a month for her little mini tiny house. So freaking affordable. Like, that's what I put into gas in my home. If you look at it that way, that's insane, Jenny. That's super awesome. All right, what's going on in my conversation? People are yapping with each other. You guys are funny today. Wow, Jenny and Ryan, you guys own that land for $500 a month? That's crazy. This is such a cute place. So anyway, guys, Jenny and Ryan, I think I mentioned this earlier in the chat, so if you guys are new on here, go watch Element Van Life's latest video, or the one recently. He did one with Jenny and Ryan Florida, one of our subscribers here, and a tour of their little tiny home. So super rad. Thought that was super cool. That's insane. Jenny insane. $15,000 for the land outright, and then $500 for all your other expenses. That's crazy. You know, really, honestly, your tiny house is cheaper than this, if you really want to look at it. I mean, you don't get the adventure side, but it's incredible. You own a piece of land for that cost? That's crazy. That's like the cost of a van and the cost of maintenance in a van, but you own a land. So if you really looked at it, if you ever decided to up and run away for a little bit, you could always just rent your place out for 6 months and travel. Ooh. Rent your place out for more than what you paid for it. Even better. Hey Jenny, I wish I could flip my camera feed just over to you and you could just take over here, because see, everybody's pretty interested in you right now. That'd be awesome. You know what? If you could do a live feed and say, you know what, man, we're just gonna go live to Jenny right now, and just boom, it goes right over to somebody else. I think that'd be super cool if we could bounce back and forth between different people. That'd be so much fun. Yeah, disco is totally out. Look at this guy. Hey. Hey. Why don't you get up and say hi to everybody? Come in. That's the life of disco. And we probably only walked for maybe 15 minutes today, and he didn't want to walk anymore. And yeah, it was like that point. I'm like, okay, am I gonna pull out the wagon? Funny guy. We got a wagon for him. He does good in the wagon when he's super beat. He has to be wiped out tired to be able to handle the wagon. Otherwise, the wagon, he just jumps out of it. Like if I throw him in it too early, he's out. Like he's got to be at the point where he's just like lying flat out and doesn't want to walk anymore, and then he just sleeps in the wagon. He's so cute. I think one day if we get out with the wagon, I'll throw the GoPro on him, and then we'll do the wagon video with him in it. So funny. All right, guys. While we're here, we're going to talk about some other things that are in my van. There's a lot of stuff around that I don't like to put into videos. Like I don't enjoy making van topic related videos. I shouldn't say that. I don't like talking about specific things. Like talking about the specs on my heater and stuff like that. It's, you know, I don't enjoy it. It's not my thing. But talk about that Pelican cooler I bought. The only reason why I chose the Pelican, this little one here. The only reason why I chose the Pelican cooler is because I sold my bigger Pelican cooler, which I loved. Sorry, moving things around. I sold my bigger Pelican cooler, which I loved, but it was just way too big for me. And this little cooler is perfect size. It'll hold a 6-pack of beer, some ice, and some vegetables, and I'm golden because that's all I really eat is vegetables and beer. Okay, no. But it's been awesome, but it was expensive. It was like freaking just about $200 for that thing. And Pelicans are built to last, but the ice retention on this thing isn't so hot. So for me, I paid 200 and something for the other cooler. I sold the other cooler for exactly what I paid for it and pretty much just transferred that money into this. So this didn't cost me anything out of my pocket. Just kind of just traded it over pretty much. But I don't know if I'm a big fan of this cooler because the ice retention is like 3 days. And I've seen coolers at Costco right now, some Igloo ones that say ice retention is 5 days. So I've had that thought, well, maybe I'll try and sell this thing and go buy that one and make myself an extra $100. I don't know, we'll see. That Igloo one from Costco is big. Not big, but it's bigger than this one. It's got a bigger footprint. And this is tiny. I like this one because this little cooler fits in my front seat. Like I can actually put it in the front seat, right down where the passenger would put their feet. So, because I don't really get passengers in my van. The only passengers I do get in my van are my daughter, and I can move the cooler for that. New tuber for freedom. Are you vegan, Chrome? No. But I will say I definitely eat a lot less meat than I have in the past years. I went through a little phase where I was fully for about 6 months. But then I found that when I was out with friends or I was at the bar, I'd always have something. So, you know, the way I look at it now is I consume less animal products, which is awesome. And, you know, there's a big shift thing and a big thing between vegan and not vegan and vegetarian. Well, I don't care about that stuff. I just do it because I had a really nasty experience at my last day job. And after that experience, I stopped eating meat the next day. I'm like, I am freaking done. I used to work, my day job I used to work for a chemical company working with steam boilers, and we were at a lot of food production plants and hospitals and so on and so forth. But we did a lot of work with slaughterhouses, because slaughterhouses use the steam for, disinfecting things all over the place and whatever. So I got stuck at a job site there for a whole freaking day listening to pigs squeal and all that other gross, nasty shit and seeing stuff that nobody should ever see that you guys probably don't see. I sat there and I was stuck there all day to the point that I was like, I couldn't hack it. I just literally couldn't hack it. So it was the next day, I'm like, I'm done. I'm freaking done. That was my first time having a first real experience with what actually happened. So yeah, it was a bit of a shocker. So, but, it didn't stop me from eating bacon. I still eat bacon once in a while. What a jerk. Vegan for the victory. All right, guys, if anybody has any other questions, I'm gonna scroll back here a little bit and see if I missed anybody's awesomeness. Angela Chung asks, do you have drive-in movies? We have one drive-in movie theater out here. about 45 minutes out of Vancouver, and it's been there forever. It's super cool. I haven't been there in this van, but I have been to the drive-in before. But we've only got one, and I don't know if there's another one even close to here anywhere. So, yeah, the drive-ins are pretty cool. Oh, this chat keeps freezing. Patricia Stroud says she notices that I don't read out loud. Yeah, I mentioned earlier in this, I completely suck at reading out loud. For me to sit here and actually read something out loud, I'm not good at it. I'm super good at reading. I can read just fine. It's just I can't read out loud. It's weird. Like when I know I've got an audience, I stutter, stumble, and hiccup. And it's messed up because I used to have a radio show. I used to have a dance music radio show that was syndicated, which is sold to radio stations, and it was broadcast on 27 radio stations across Canada every single week. A 3-hour long radio show. But I can't read. I can read. I just can't read out loud. Because everything I did was all off my head. It was nothing scripted. If I had to script it, I would be screwed. It's like reading somebody's name. I mean, don't get me wrong, these glasses are horrible. Like, my screen is fuzzy right now. Like, it's pretty decent at this length. But yeah, I suck at reading. It's all good. I've been like that since I've been in like elementary school. And stuff like that. Not all people grow out of it. Someone mentioned that I should do podcasts. You know, I've had some pretty cool ideas and some things come up and people mention some things, but outside of making videos 5 days a week, just say on YouTube, you really don't have a lot of time. I would definitely have more time if I ignored the comments. If I literally just made videos and walked away, I would have a lot more time. If there was no interaction between me and everybody on my channel, just in live streams, I would have so much more time. I probably spend 2 hours a day doing the best I can going through comments. Even sometimes when I post a new video, if I don't comment on the new video, sometimes I'll take a day and I'll go way back and I'll grab a video from way back when that hasn't gotten no love for like 3 months and go through all the comments that I've missed. So, you know, 2 hours a day, guaranteed every day, and it's getting longer and longer. Like I know there was a point where I said I'd spend an hour a day. Now we're up to like 2 hours a day. So yeah, doing anything more is crazy. You know, like YouTube's a lot of work. It's definitely a lot more work than people think it is. But doing a podcast would be kind of fun. I just don't got that kind of time. Not yet anyway. Maybe someday. Oh, you guys are coming through pretty quick here. Angela Chung asked, do I see my daughter every day? No. I usually see my daughter every other weekend. And yeah, she's a super busy kid. Danica, she dances so much. Like, dance is her life. Like, since I started paying for her dance, she's now taking 8.5 hours of dance a week, which is an insane amount of dance. But she's in competitive dance. Like, she was just in Denmark a handful of months ago, competing with Team Canada at the World Hip Hop competitions. And yeah, you know, she's a super busy kid. So sometimes on a weekend she'll have dance things come up and then I can't see her. So we've got a schedule of every other weekend. And it works out, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some weekends where she's like, hey, this come up. Can I see you next week? So, I mean, it happens, right? She's a busy kid with dance, man. She's got a huge passion for that stuff. You know, and high five to her for it. And she's chasing it and embracing it. And whatever she wants when it comes to it, you know, I'll pay for anything. It doesn't matter when it comes to that stuff. It's her expression. She's not doing something that she's forced to. She's doing it because she loves it, and I love that about it. Because I think too many kids in this world get stuffed into things by their parents. Parents trying to find them things to keep them busy. You You know, if the kid's interested in baseball, the kid will say, Mom, I want to take baseball. That's when you put him in baseball. Not stuffing them in all these things trying to find something for the kid to do. If the kid's cool at home just drawing on a piece of paper, let that kid freaking draw. Buy him the biggest coloring freaking set you've ever seen. You know, let that kid be as creative as he wants, doing whatever he wants. If he wants to, like, melt plastic things together, let the kid melt plastic things together. You never know what kind of crazy stuff that kid could be in the future because you let him do that little crafty weird thing that you might think is odd, but the kid just developed because of it. Yeah. I'm not one to give fatherly advice, though. I just know that kids have got to be kids. You know, you got to let them chase what they want to chase. I'm not even going to even try to pronounce this name. But someone just asked me, wow, I don't even think I could even try that one. Have I ever tried to make my own music or written a song? Yes and no. Yes, I've tried to make my own music. I'm a huge dance music fan, so I thought about maybe getting into producing dance music. So I tried. Failure. Not for me. Was way too much work, and I just don't have that rhythm in here. You know, I think that kind of stuff you can't teach. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where someone wants to be a DJ, can you teach me? Well, if you're born to be the DJ, you'll be the DJ. If I was born to be a music producer, when I sat down at the software I had, I would have just slowly been picking it up and loved it. But that's like video editing. I picked up video editing when I started this channel, and I freaking love it. And I wouldn't have this channel if I didn't enjoy the editing, and I got addicted to it. Like, I love it more now than I love my DJing. You know, the video editing is just so much fun. So when it comes to making stuff, you gotta, like, love it in order to be good at it. So producing music was not for me. The song I made was so freaking bad too. I think it's on my Facebook, like, way back when. And I think my buddy was staying with me for a short amount of time, and you could hear him laughing in the next room. Because I was recording it. I had my phone in front of me, posting a YouTube video playing the song that I made, and he could hear him just laughing at me. So, yeah, my buddy Chris, you're probably not watching this, but if you are, thanks for that. New tuber for Freedoms asked me if Chrome, do you do DJ mixes? No. Yes, I do DJ mixes. I have not made one for a very long time. But if you want to grab any of my older DJ mixes, there's only a few of them on the site. But the site is hearthis.at/DJ Chrome. So hearthis.at/DJ Chrome. And there's a stack of DJ mixes. There's all sorts of stuff on there from, like, I think I made like a DJ mix for like wedding promotion stuff. So it's like fun 70s, 80s, 90s. And then I got some dance music ones. And if you guys do go check it out, actually, I'll write it in the comments. Hold on. hearthis.at/DJ Chrome. All right. So yeah, anyway, I just put it in the comments. If you go there, there is a mix called, actually, or if Hula Shack or anybody's on here, if you guys want to maybe go there and find it, or if anybody wants to go on there and find it and post the link, there is a DJ mix on that site that says Nightlife Radio Volume 105 or 106. If you guys can post that on here, that's actually the radio show that I used to produce. I produced the radio show for 2 years. That was on the radio stations. After I shut down the radio show, I made 2 episodes because I was planning on putting that out as a weekly, like, DJ podcast, and it made 2 episodes and I stopped. So yeah, but anyway, that one's on there and it's actually a super good show. It was fun. I'd like to start producing that show again in the future. Won't be now. I think maybe as, you know, things start to settle ahead more and a little bit more income starts rolling in through online stuff, and, you know, I can spend the time to make DJ mixes and start building that again, I would probably start my show pretty soon. I mean, if I do it, you know, I'd set a date as January 1st, 2019. If I were to relaunch it again, it'll be quite a ways ahead. But relaunching the show would be pretty fun. You know, and I had this thought when about relaunching the show that I would just relaunch it, make a new mix in my van every week from a new town, somewhere different. That'd be kind of cool, you know, sharing, you know, the vlogs from that day in that town, sharing a DJ mix from that town, you know. And I was hoping that, you know, on my travels that, yeah, I was hoping on my travels that I'd just be able to like pick up DJ gigs and stuff along the way, help fuel the house and stuff like that as we keep moving. You know, it should be pretty easy for me to pick up random DJ gigs on the road. You know, it's been a long, I mean, I've toured all over the place, so for me to get gigs out of town, it's not that hard. I was a lot younger at that point in time. But, yeah, if someone can find the actual link to the actual DJ mix itself. It's, I think it's Nightlife Radio volume number 106. Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, there's lots of cool mixes on there, guys. If you want to check them out, check them out. You know, the only thing I wish is I wish there was a way for me to make money off my DJ mixes. But there's not. The only way to do it would be to get a substantial amount of following on the DJ mix and have somebody pay to sponsor the show. But you can't sell your mixes because I'd be the only DJ on the planet selling my DJ mixes, because DJ mixes are free. You don't sell that. That's not what you do. But that would be the only way for me to make money doing that. So that's where the holdback is. You know, I'd rather put my time, energy, and effort right here, spewing my creative stuff on YouTube, because I'm enjoying this a ton. And the DJ mix as well. If somebody owns a business that wants to sponsor my show, let me know, and I'll make one. But that stuff's a lot of, especially a show like that. My radio show was fully produced, made, mixed, talked, all the sound stuff in it, all the vocal clips, everything was all done by me. And it was really time consuming to produce, that's for sure. Hey Waldo, Waldo said to upload them as YouTube content. Yeah, I mean, that's a cool idea, but I can't monetize it. You can't monetize copyrighted material, because as soon as that video goes up, I get a strike on it right away. That's why every time you hear my DJ shows on here, I only play like a couple seconds of the track, and then I put my own music over top of it so you don't hear what I'm DJing with, because I get a copyright strike every time. And YouTube is fast, man. Like super quick. I have one video on my channel that has a copyright strike on it because there was a track that was playing that was a little longer than what they allow for fair, whatever it's called. They allow some fair amount of music to play in there, but the second it gets to be too much, they strike you, and they can't monetize it. So that sucks. So, I mean, if I could throw them on YouTube and make money from ad revenue, I would be busting mixes out all the time. It's not like ad revenue is very much, but if I can make a couple $100 off of producing, like, you know, like a radio show a week, and if it got like enough views to make $100 a month, I'd be pumped. That ain't gonna happen. Yeah, Bard just asked how many people are watching. It should be written on your guys' live stream right at the top. It has a picture of a head. Right now it says 135. And 128 people gave it a thumbs up. So if you're watching and you haven't hit that thumbs up button, hit it up. Do it, do it, do it. Yeah, Waldo, copyright stuff is really hard. All the music that's on my YouTube videos, I have to get from a subscription service that makes videos for creators. I can't just go out and find tracks. And I know a lot of people have shared stuff with me about getting free videos that they've seen on YouTube that say, you know, copyright or royalty-free music. It's not all royalty-free music. It may be royalty-free music, but the second that artist gets signed with somebody else, all your videos get striked. So I won't trust those free sites on YouTube. I'll trust YouTube's library. That's different. But anybody that's posted a video that says royalty-free, free track, come get it, I won't use it. Not unless it's done by the specific artist themselves. Like, that artist has to actually be their track and say, you're allowed to use my stuff, just give me credit. I will use those. And I use one. There's a YouTube channel. I'll actually write her name in here. I don't even know. I can't remember what I think it's Daya. I'm going to mess that up. I'm not going to write it. It's Daya. D-A-Y-A. I think it's Dia. I'm going to type it in there anyway. I might be wrong. But there's a girl out there, I use her tracks all the time, and it's cool because she actually makes the video of her making the track and her whole process, and she has a cute dog too. And yeah, it's cool because she shows you the whole process, and then you could use her music in your videos, and she's super talented, and her process is really different. It's funky. It's cool to watch. Like sometimes she'll sit there and just play her guitar and sing to her song, and then she'll sing it into a microphone, and it'll become something pretty badass. But it's pretty cool. But yeah, otherwise, music-wise, I only get it from companies that make and do the music themselves, because then they own the rights to it. And I've had it once. With the company that I get all my music from, I had one payment not go through, and I didn't catch it in time. I posted a video the next day. It got striked right away, a copyright infringement strike from that company. That's how fast YouTube grabs that stuff, because they read that track as something that was used and posted after my license runs out. And how the license works is that I own the license to all that music for as long as I stay a member of their service. The second that member stops, I lose the license on every track I ever downloaded. All the videos I had prior to are okay, but I can't post anything new from the time that date changes with that thing. And the plans are cheap. I pay $15 a month for all the music I want to use from them. So super affordable. They're called Epidemic Sound. So if you're a creator on here of YouTube content and need music that's non-copyright free, Epidemic Sound. I wish I was getting paid to plug that, but I'm not. Epidemic Sound is pretty rad. John Swan, any plans to visit the US? I answered this one earlier. Not for any time soon. I'm going to guess that's going to be at some point next year. It's definitely not going to be this year, that's for sure. Canada needs some love first. I love my country. I just need to go see it. What are we missing here, guys? Man, this live stream's going to be long. How long have we been on here? Woo! 111 minutes long on this live stream? Are you kidding me? That's insane. Disco, you've pretty much been sleeping for 111 minutes. Do you know that? Oh, you see this guy? Did you see that? You rolled over and said, "Daddy, pet my belly." Is that what you wanted? He has, like, literally, guys, like the worst life in history. I'm the worst dog owner in the world, because who owns a dog that's allowed to be this lazy all the time? Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! You wanna wake up? Come on, buddy! Wake up! I'll give you more treats if you get up. Yeah. Anybody want a lazy dog? I think he's broken. Are you broken? Super lazy, this guy. Anyway, guys, I think we're going to cut this live stream because that's been super long, and I'm really scared about my phone dying. Actually, hold on a second here. We have to cut this live stream. My phone is plugged into my laptop. I don't know if you can see that, but my laptop is in the red. So without starting my van and charging this up, we're a bit screwed. But anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us today with Little Thursday. And tomorrow's video is actually pretty cool. The video you guys are going to see tomorrow is the dirty, nasty side of van life here in Vancouver. I go down to the areas where all the broken down, grimy, grungy, gross RVs with tarps and stuff all over them are. And yeah, show you that stuff. It's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, fingers crossed that all of these chats go into the replay, like YouTube says. So this is the first live stream I've done since they started the whole little live chat in the replay, because I'd love to go through and read all your guys' comments instead of losing them like we used to. So high five to YouTube for changing this, because this is a game changer. The only other way to get the chats in the replay is to buy or use a free software, and then you have to run a software while you video stream. Too much for me. All right. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Now you guys got me thinking about beer. Maybe that's a good idea. Give Disco another treat. Even the ruffling of the bag, Disco didn't even budge. Come on, buddy. You got to say bye to everybody. You got to say bye to everybody, homie.
Eh? Say bye, everybody. Say bye. Say thanks for hanging out with Dad today while I slept all day. Say bye. Wake up. Anyway, everybody, I appreciate your time. Thanks for chilling. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for being social disco. And I will see you guys soon. We are out of here, so adios.